Hello, we are back again with another video, and this time we're here to feature or showcase um, a scale model die-cast car. These are part of my personal collection, and if anybody's followed me on my Instagram, would know that one of the very first posts that I've had on that platform was me showcasing static images of some of the die-cast cars I have in my collection, and this was one of them. This is the 1994 Mitsubishi Pajero. Uh, According to the packaging, it says it's a Super Exceed Z. Given that this is a Tomica Limited Vintage Neo uh, model, it's probably a Japanese domestic market or JDM specification. I had to look this up because typically JDM models of cars usually have a wide array of trims, specifications, or engine options. So I had to look this up, and according to various websites, which I'll link down below if I can find them, um, this particular model is the one with the petrol V6, and it says here, according to this, it's a 3500. So it's probably a 3.5 liter V6. It's a 6G72, which is surprising because usually I only think of Pajeros with V6s. It's either the 3 liter V6 that you typically find in Chrysler minivans back in the late 80s and early 90s, or the more powerful 3.8 liter V6 V6s that you would eventually find in later models of the Pajero, models like the CK and the BK. But nonetheless, this one apparently has the 3.5 liter V6 and has 4 valves per cylinder for a total of 24 valves. It has multi-point fuel injection, and it makes 227 horsepower, which is a lot for a car from the 1990s. So here is the packaging. It's by Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, if I failed to mention. And a lot of these TLVN models would usually come with like little accessories that you can attach to the car. Anybody who's ever assembled one of those Tomica kits or similar products would know how to attach these things, but I never usually attach them. I just leave them in the box. Also, this is in a 1/64 scale. Anyways, let's get right to it. I haven't unboxed this in a while. The last was in 2022. Here it is. Comes in this rather swanky cradle, for lack of a better term. This is a nice cradle, and you have this extra literature here. I can't decode what this is because it's all written in Japanese, so I'll take a bit of time for you so you can take a screen grab and you can translate it on your own. There's nothing on the reverse side, so we'll pop that back in. Interesting, the cradle comes in two pieces, so it stops the car from wiggling about when it's in its packaging. And here it is. Be very careful not to, because it's a delicate piece. It's in a 1/64 scale. Oh, and here's the attachment, by the way. I failed to mention. It's hidden underneath the cradle. That's the fender-mounted mirror, the literal front wing mirror, usually attached to the front wings. It comes with that, by the way, as an FYI. Here it is. Now I'll try to adjust the angle, so bear with me. This is very, very beautiful. You have to catch a glimpse of the incredible detail. We'll zoom in closer. There we are. Here it is. Now I hope the camera picks it up. But look at that. This car comes in a metallic silver and a metallic blue paint. So it's a two-tone paint. Very classic, Pajero paint job with the secondary color painted in between the greenhouse and the rocker panel. Classic Pajero. Now if you look a little closer, even at this rather diminutive size, this 1/64 scale is a tough size to mimic all of the different details. You can see that Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, TLVN, has taken great lengths to make sure that almost every detail of the real car is captured or encapsulated in this scale model. Now, I don't know if it's a problem with my telephoto lens on this phone, but I hope you can make out that the decal here says ECI Multi V6 3500, and you can even see they painted the little silver dot for what I ostensibly think is a lockable fuel door. Incredible. This is zoomed in all the way, mind you, so that you can see all the details, but even at this magnification level you can still appreciate a lot of the little details that you would never normally see when you're looking at the scale model from afar. I'll zoom out some more so you can see what this car is like in great detail. Far better than you would with the naked eye. Fix camera in place. Here we go. The chrome bumpers are perfectly scaled, beautifully replicated. You even have the little detail for the tow hitch receiver right there, and you have an exposed spare wheel. You even have the door handle for the rear door, the side hinged rear door, and the license plate holder, and it says there Pajero. And just look at the lights. Look at these lights. They really look like they've come from the real car. The coloring, the right amount of opacity, and even like the demarcations for the reverse light and the turn signal indicator and the brake lights and the tail lamps are all beautifully replicated in this diminutive size. Now, unfortunately, at this scale, they did not have like an actual emblem, so they just painted on or tampoed on logos, but if you can make it out here, because this is a silver car after all, this is the tiny three diamond logo, and it would probably say Mitsubishi, and there's a tiny dimple there for what might be the key slot for the rear door. Now let's continue. So, even have a little provision for the rear wiper. It's etched onto the glass. It's not an actual piece or a separate part, but that's okay. At this scale, we could cut TLVN a bit of slack there, because this is a tiny car, a tiny scale model. The metallic flakes are beautiful. Now, typically these are larger than the actual size car. These would be finer in the if it was put on the actual car. But since this is a 1/64 scale model, they've had to make do with the metallic flakes that they could find, the finest they could find, and they've done a pretty good job. And you can see how even the paint is applied, even to this secondary metallic color. So you can see the belt line and the wheel wells, perfect. If we peer into the interior, let me just adjust the. Even though this does not have an opening door, you can still just about peer into the car's interior. At this scale, this does have a decent, well detailed interior. Let me just adjust the camera. We'll bring it closer. You can see they've done a wonderful job replicating that interior. You can see like the pod for the altimeter, barometer, and all that 4x4 information that off-roaders demand. This 4-spoke steering wheel, just like the real thing, and all 3 rows of seats. Amazing. And here there's a badge that says Exceed, to tell people that you've bought the best, the top of the line, the king of the hill. Oh, and I just noticed that there's this little strip, this bronze or goldish strip separating the silver paint from the blue paint. It's a fine detail, yet TLVN did not fail to omit that. They've included it, and it looks incredible. Again, chrome door handles, and they've even taken the time to paint out the dimple for the key slot to unlock the doors. And this being a posh Japanese off-roader, you have chrome door mirrors, of course. You have chrome door mirrors here. Beautiful, immaculate, well polished, no flaking whatsoever. Incredible. Now moving on to the front end, I'll zoom out. They've also etched in the front wiper blades, and some of the vents for the windshield defogger. And you have a nice flat hood, so you can take in some of the excellent finish on the paint, the metallic paint. Now we move on to the front end and look at this grille. A chrome grille with the Mitsubishi 3-diamond Mitsubishi logo stamped on, painted. It's actually not just stamped on, it's debossed, and they've painted it in red just like the real thing. And you also have this sort of chrome what do they call this in real life? The part of the bumper is this license plate holder. It's not a brush guard, but it's a chrome piece that separates it from the rest of the front bumper. Still an incredible detail that Tomica Limited Vintage Neo included. Now underneath there's a skid plate, but that now forms part of the plastic base, which I assume on the real car was not painted to begin with, so it's probably just a black skid plate. Details on this are incredible. The lights, they're a clear plastic lens. Clear plastic lens. They even encapsulate the details for the reflector, because these are halogen reflector lights after all. Um, I wish they could. I wish they could have done better. If there's one complaint I have about this particular model, if Tomica Limited Vintage Neo expended a lot of time and effort into making the rear tail lamp clusters look incredibly detailed, they should have extended that same attention to detail to the front lights, because to my mind the front lights are like the centerpiece. They pull together the look of the entire car. And while these plastic lenses are incredible, they're separate plastic lenses that are attached or glued on to the die-cast body, which is far better than any other scale model manufacturer that just paints it on or stamps it on. This is incredible, but they could have gone a little further into like separating the or coloring the turn signal indicators and the park lights to delineate it from the main sealed beam. Look, as a reference, you can see the box here. I'll zoom out. You can see the box here. See how the lights are separated, right? You have this separation here. They could have captured that in better detail, or at least just like the real thing, because I think no, I think these use plastic lenses, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody who owns this model of Pajero, I don't know if they have a sealed glass lens or if they have a plastic lens, but in any case, they have this sort of smoked, hazy finish on the real car. Here, it's not smoked. It's a completely clear plastic lens. If they could have added a bit of a smoky finish to the lens, it would make this car completely an almost complete accurate replica of the Mitsubishi Pajero. One last thing before we finish off. This car has a sunroof, a large sunroof to signify that you've bought the best, the most expensive trim level of the Pajero, which I think is very popular with these posh off-roaders from the 90s. Have a nice skylight so that everybody could have a nice view of the sky when they're off-roading or when they're camping out. There we go. I hope this camera focus is better. And there you have it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have one of those spinning turn stands, spinning stands that showcase the car in all its glory. So you'll have to bear with me as I do it manually. But in any case, here it is. I'll change the angle so that you can see what it looks like. There. It's a Tomica Limited Vintage Neo. The Mitsubishi Pajero Super Exceed Z. Now, as a note to anybody who collects TLVN, I'm surprised that this particular model has held up well. I ordered this back in 2021, And surprisingly, there haven't been any paint bubbles. And I know TLVN is notorious for that. If you keep it for a long time, eventually some paint bubbles will start to appear. But thankfully, this one has not shown any signs of paint bubbling, which means that the quality of this particular model is great. It's better than most, I suppose. Here's one last view via back, the side. And there you have it. That wraps up our showcase of the Mitsubishi Pajero Super Exceed Z with a 3.5 liter V6 engine. Amazing car. Um, it's an amazing effort by TLVN. Uh, I know a lot of other scale model manufacturers or even kits. There are scale model kits for one of these in a 124 scale, but at this size 164 scale, which is usually the size of most Hot Wheels diecast cars or uh, Johnny Lightnings, if you remember those, or Greenlight collectibles. TLVN is typically at the tippy top. There's a reason why they command such a high price tag when they offer these for sale at retail. And I'm glad they've made a scale model of the Mitsubishi Pajero. This is a great scale model for a sort of legendary off-roader, a very popular car, beloved the world over, and it's the perfect time to showcase this once again because the new Mitsubishi Pajero, as of the time of this filming, is just around the corner, and we will see return one of the best off-roaders in the industry. Everybody raves on about the Toyota Land Cruiser and the Nissan Patrol, but they forget about the Mitsubishi Pajero. It's still an important part of the off-roading scene. So that concludes my showcase. Thanks so much for sticking around, and I hope you stay tuned for the next video and tell me what you think. If you'd like to see more of our vast collection of TLVNs, or I even have some mini GT 164 scale collectibles lying around. I can showcase that on the channel if you'd like. But until then, take care, and thanks so much for watching.